Are you looking to purchase an investment property in the UK? If you are, this video is for you. What I'm about to share with you will help you understand the exact tax you pay for investing in a property within the UK. Hey guys, my name is Rahim. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, smash the subscribe button because I talk about property investment, personal development, and how to gain financial freedom. Before I get to the video, I'd like to thank each and everyone who subscribed to the channel. The channel is growing immensely. We literally skyrocketing. It's absolutely amazing and good feelings to see the channel is growing immensely. We've done a research, we've realized it's going down actually. 45% of the people that are watching our channels have not hit that subscribe button. If you are one of those, I kindly ask you to smash that subscribe button right now to join the family. And here's the promise I'll make to you. I'll ensure I provide you with valuable, actionable content to allow you to take your finances into your own hands instead of relying on your employers. And also, I will be inviting amazing entrepreneurs, influencers, business people to shine a light on how you can start and scale your investment as well. So let's get to it. You see, in order for you to invest in the UK, you are going to be asked to pay tax. So any property you buy in the UK for investment purposes, you'll require to pay tax. And each countries or regions within the UK has different set of taxes to pay as well. And they tend to call it differently as well. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the name of these taxes each country calls it, how to calculate the tax on a step-by-step basis, and what would be your total tax to buy in a specific property. Most importantly, how to mitigate the tax you would pay, and in some instances to eradicate it altogether so that you do not need to pay that tax legally, not illegally. Let's now take a look at England and Northern Ireland. So in England and Northern Ireland, stamp duty is called stamp duty land tax. In short, is SDLT. So again, this is the tax you pay for acquiring properties in England, and most of our investors acquire properties in England. So this will be very vital important for any investor that is looking to invest in properties in England, not in any of the other countries that we've discussed. So any property that is less than £250,000, the government would happily ask you to pay 3% of the £250,000. And that would have been £7,500. Okay, now moving on again. So we're talking about the differences now, okay? So any amount more than £250,000, the investor buying that property would pay 8% of the difference between £250,000 to £925,000. which is £675,000. So the investor will be liable to pay 8% on the £675,000, which would have been £54,000. So you would have been paid £54,000, which is 8% of the £675,000. Moving on, again, we're taking on the next step. The next step here is the tax you pay between £925,000 to £1.5 million. And the tax you would pay for the difference would have been 10%. So the difference between 1.5 million and £925,000 is £575,000. So 10% of that would be £57,500. So in essence, if you're buying a property worth £925,000, you would have paid a total tax of £61,500. That's what you would have paid. And again, any property above that figure, your additional cost in total would have been £119,000. Okay, so £119,000 for buying property up to 1.5 mil. So there you have it. These are the taxes you would pay for investing in different regions in the UK. You may be thinking, wow, this is absolutely crazy. How am I paying 7,500, 54,000 pounds, 61,500, 57,500, and up to 119,000 pounds just on tax? I get you, it's absolutely crazy. When I saw these figures, I'm thinking, this is absolute madness. How can I pay all this amount of tax for buying an investment property? Here's the thing, let me tell you an example. So you say this 925,000 pounds will not be the exact amount you're buying that property. It might be maybe 200,000, 250, 5,000, or 260, or 270, or maybe 300,000 pounds, meaning you don't have to pay that 675,000 pounds in tax. It's only the differences between the 250,000 to the amount you're actually buying the property at. So in essence, it's no need to worry about it. If you know what you're doing, you can incorporate this as part of your cost. Hence the reason why I think it's very important to understand the steps you pay your taxes based on the value of the investment properties, because the mistake lots of investors do, they ignore completely the tax implication of buying properties in the UK. They buy the property now, they're about to complete, and they get a tax bill of say 8,500 to about 119,000 pounds. They're thinking, what? I did not budgeted for that amount. How do I complete? Then it becomes a nightmare, a problem, and then they think property investment doesn't work. However, if you're taking all of this into consideration before you buy the property, you would know whether that investment property it is for you, or if it hits your investment criteria. If it doesn't, you move on to the next property that hits your investment criteria. But do not go blindly buying properties like this. You may be thinking now, how do I avoid paying all these taxes? It's absolutely crazy. Now, here's the thing. In order for you to avoid paying taxes, which is the stamp duty tax completely, you want to listen to what I'm going to be talking about next. If you watch this video until here, obviously, thank you, congratulations, you're an action taker, you are a doer, and I believe you're going to be an amazing property investor. So let's get to it. In order to avoid paying taxes like this, because the law kind of the same throughout the UK, is to look for dilapidated houses. So what do I mean by dilapidated houses? Dilapidated houses are houses that are inhabitable. In essence, nobody can live in that property as a result of it not being accommodated. I'm talking about dilapidated houses. Houses maybe part of the roof is gone, or the roof isn't functionable, the walls are falling down, the floor isn't done, there's no kitchen, no bathroom, no electricity, no central heating, the garden is overgrown. In essence, even an animal will not live in that property. Okay, so if the property hits some of these criteria, obviously ask for legal advice on this. Okay, so you've got the proper advice on when you are able to avoid paying taxes like this. But obviously, you look at the property, if it's dilapidated, that's one thing, meaning no kitchen, no bathroom, the walls are falling down, the floor is almost giving up, there is no roof, or maybe the roof is leaking, it's replacing, and there's no electricity, no gas, literally a dead, dilapidated property that has been vacant maybe for about maybe 10 or 15 years, or maybe it's just been vacant, it's been deteriorating significantly, and it's leaking all over the place. That way, you may be able to claim an exemption for paying this sort of amount to the government, as long as you can provide a valid evidence, a valid reason to exempt you from paying these taxes. The government will gladly allow you to buy that property without paying the taxes that are associated to it. But my advice to you is basically ensure the property hits those criteria, and then let your solicitor know about the condition of the property. Perhaps you want to send them photos of the property as well, so they can also advise you whether you are exempt of paying tax for buying that specific property. Again, it's just a win-win, isn't it? Buying a dilapidated house won't allow you to go and do what you want in the property. It allows you to force the value. It allows you to modernize it. It allows you to add an extra bedroom there, an extra bedroom there, conservatory, loft conversion. It gives you huge potential to get better and greater return on your investment. Hence the reason why I love dilapidated houses. Literally, I do not buy done-up houses because one, I have to pay lots of tax for it, and secondly, I cannot force value because it looks new. Even if it's not new, it looks like I can't do anything for it. I cannot add any value to it. Hence the reason why I like to buy dilapidated houses, because it tends to save me a bit more on tax. Imagine buying 1.5 million property that is dilapidated. You would have saved 57,500 just on this additional amount, and in total you would have saved £119,000 that the taxman would not ask you for. And that's one way you can get exempt from paying stamp duty for any part of the UK. And also, if you're buying a commercial unit, suppose if property was a pub before, or maybe it was a restaurant before, or it was a hotel before, in most cases you are exempt of paying taxes on those properties as well. So you go out there, look for properties that are dilapidated, commercial that you intend to use as a residential. That could also help you get exempted from paying these heavy taxes as an entry cost to your investment property. Listen to this. The reason I'm sharing this, I've seen so many investors lose deals or buy properties that becomes a rope on their neck only because they forgot or they did not know how to do the calculations to ensure they pay the correct tax, or even to find out whether that property is worth investing in the first place. They get a completion statement from their solicitors only to realize they need to go and find another £15,000 to pay in taxes. So I really hope this has shined a light to you and gets you to understand exactly how to calculate your taxes in readiness for buying and investment properties. The key things to note here, the calculations we've done here is based on investment properties, properties that you're buying to rent out, not to live in. It's a complete different calculations to buying properties to live in. Sometimes the government have some leeways, they have some exemptions, they have some certain things around it. But these calculations here are purely based on buying investment properties in the UK. I hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, smash the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorials. I look forward to sharing the next one. Thank you.